where you've come from, how many years of this experience, that experience you've had. These companies don't care. Most of you are stuck at dead end jobs. If you felt like or even thought about the idea that, hey, this might be a dead end job, then chances are you, my friend, are stuck at what I like to call a dead end job. So there are plenty of signs that you've probably experienced and overlooked or probably will experience sometime in the future. And these signs tell you that you're probably, yes, in a dead end job. Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So before I get my workday started, I want to do this video just to share some insight. I'm always thinking about things, and I'm always thinking about how to help everybody on my channel, because to me, you guys, I know I don't know everybody on this channel personally, but to me, you guys are family. A lot of you are in the middleman masterclass, building your middleman business from your phone, like Uber does, Airbnb, Fiverr. All of those companies are middleman companies worth billions, if not trillions of dollars. And so I've been teaching people for about a year now how to successfully build their own middleman business without having to leave the house, without having to do the work. So Uber doesn't drive you around. They're just a middleman business. So Uber matches a rider with the driver, get paid to do it. So I teach you how to build your own middleman business in whatever industry you choose, as long as it's a service industry. I do the moving and home cleaning industry, and I want to get into the website design. It doesn't matter what industry, you don't actually do the work. I don't know how to build websites, and I'm not coming to move you or clean your house. There are companies who already do that. I just find the customers for those companies, match the customer, just like Uber matches riders and drivers. I teach you how to match customers to businesses all over your phone and your laptop, and then get paid every time you do it. So if that's something you're interested in, I put the link in the video description below, and you could also type middleman in the comments and get the link so you can learn about how that works and get more details. So the word is middleman. All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. So I remember I told my wife this one time, because my wife is a very, very good worker. Thankfully, starting last year, so a little over a year now, probably about 15 months, she's been working part-time. And so I don't say I retired my wife with my middleman business. What I say is I semi-retired her, because she doesn't have to work 5 days a week like she used to. And she used to be the breadwinner. My wife was making like $100,000 a year as a dental hygienist here in Dallas. And she was making more than me because I had like just a little odd job, and I'm not going to go into details of all that, but I remember telling her before last year, because I was able to say to her last year, hey, we don't need your paycheck. You don't have to work as hard. By the way, if your goal is to not have to work hard all throughout life and sell your life until you die, and they carry you out and out of your cubicle and give your job to somebody else the next day and forget about you, if that's your goal, if you're sitting there going, I don't want to die on my job, like, I'm thinking the same thing. So if you're thinking that, you're feeling that, smash the thumbs up, let me know we're on the same page. So I remember telling her years ago when she was talking about new workers were coming in, and I was like, babe, what are they making? And she was like, I think they're making more than I make. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I said, you know what? I bet it's easier to get a pay rate, meaning what I come in, what I agree to work for when I start, than it is to get a pay raise. A pay raise is like one of the hardest things to do, but a pay rate, you can establish that from day one. I said, man, it's easier to get a pay rate than it is to get a pay raise. And it's proven true. But thankfully, of course, now she works part-time. She doesn't have to do that, but she enjoys what she does, which is fine. She's young. So my wife's in her 30s. So don't tell her I said that. No woman ever ages past 29, guys. Never past 29. So ladies, smash the thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. So but because she was able to stop working as hard, we've been able to do more things together and enjoy life. And that's what it's all about. So you rarely hear me speak about retirement. The reason I don't is because it's not a goal of ours. We want to do what we love doing, enjoy doing it, and make money while we do it. So I have no aspirations to retire. If I can be 85, 90 doing what I love doing and making money, I'm doing it. So I don't talk about retirement because I don't care for 401ks. Don't get me started on that, how they just took everybody's money and told them never to touch it for the next 30 years. You thought a bank was bad. At least at the bank, you can go get your money without a penalty. I need to bring my friend on. Jason, if you're watching, you got to come on here, bro, and talk about your work experience and your 401k experience. We got to break that down because we're always talking about it off camera. We need to talk about that. So my friends watch my channel, so they know everything I tell you is true. So, all right. So let's talk about 5 signs. I know that was my intro. Sorry, guys, but I enjoy doing this. So I know some people come in the chats like, why are you talking so long before getting to the point? Listen, get your own channel and you can do whatever you want to do. This is my channel. I do what I want to do. If you don't want the content, you don't have to watch. Okay. But I appreciate you for watching. Okay. Now pay attention. You ready? Because this might be you. You might be one of the millions who are sitting in a position where you're about to lose your job and you don't even know it. You're sitting there, you know, poison like the Black Widow does, poison you and let your insides die. Or that might be some type of Black Mamba. Maybe I got it wrong. All right. All right, here we go. I'm not the crocodile, honey. Here we go. By the way, I just want a couple things. I'm going to add this, and I know this is not going to be a part of the 5 reasons. I can do 20 reasons, but I'm just going to do 5. But there are things that you should see. There are signs. I probably should do a video about this, but there are signs that you can see from your job where that should alert you, that we're probably about to lose our job. If not me, somebody else. Like, there's always writing on the wall. So you need to understand that there are some. All right, so I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to do a video about that. I need to come back and do a video about, hey, if you see these things at your job, this is about dead end job. The one I do is probably going to be about, if you see these things at your job, you're probably about to get fired. All right, here we go. By the way, for all the students in the masterclass, I give you a couple of weeks to go through the course, and that's when we start. So the course is broken into 4 phases, 5, I want to say. So I give you about a week to go through the course. That's the first phase, the video portion. And then we get into the one-on-one trainings. And by the way, if you're a student in the class and you have not booked the one-on-one training, make sure to reach out, email to my VA, Cynthia, and she'll get you scheduled. All right, so if you start to see this, these are warning signs that you're probably at a dead-end job. And I go through them pretty quickly. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. In no particular order, but I'll just give them a number, but none more important than the other. So number 1, no real opportunities. So this is going to hit home for a lot of you. There are no real opportunities. What do I mean by that? No real opportunities, meaning that there's not a lot of room to grow in your company, in your business. There's not a lot of room to grow where you're working at. Susie's been a receptionist for 10 years. By the way, there's really no 10, 20-year jobs anymore. But you know that's long. If I say 10 years, you guys are going, what, 10 years? That proves that there are no 30 and 40-year jobs. Your parents and grandparents worked that job for 30 and 40 years. So, but Susie's been a receptionist for 10 years. There's nowhere for Susie to go, right? You've been in HR for past 7 years. There's nowhere for you to go. Nowhere for you to go. So lack of real opportunities. There's no real opportunity for you to grow or advance or move up or better your position and get it, better polling. Nothing. There's nowhere for you to go. This is where you are. This is where you'll stay. This is where your career would die. That's probably a really good sign that it's a dead end. Hey, I'm here, I'm doing this, but where's the up? I got on the corporate elevators, all the buttons are down. I see basement, I see ground floor. There's no up. There's nowhere to go. The ups don't need you up. The executives don't need you executiving, if that's a word. Probably ain't. But they don't need you on that level. They need you on the level you're on. Well, scams are pyramids. Jobs are pyramids. There's upper management, middle management, and then you and everybody else. More people at the bottom, little in the middle, very few at the top. Everything's a pyramid. Now you know. Stagnant pay. Number 2, stagnant pay. I feel like I'm doing I feel like I'm Steve Harvey on what's that show? You know. I cannot think of it right now. So he's got that show where you answer the questions and the board spins. Put it in the comments. I cannot remember. Okay. Stagnant pay. All right. Stagnant pay is a clear indicator that you are at a dead-end job. Like I told my wife not long ago, I said, hey, it's easier to get a pay rate, meaning that it's easier for me to go negotiate what I'm going to start with being high as opposed to going in there and asking for more. It's easier to get a pay rate than a pay raise. So you have stagnant pay, not just you, everybody in the office does, everybody at the company does. And you start getting those 50-cent raises, $1 raise. Do you know that a $1 raise is about $1 is probably about at best $2,000 a year. Break that down into months, probably about 100 and let's see, 2,000. Probably about 100 and I don't know, maybe $125 a month, maybe 150, something like that. We'll just call it 150. A $1 raise is about 160. All right, so $160 per month. That's it. That's an extra cup of coffee, an extra gas tank full. That's it. So miss me with the $1 raises. If it's not $5 or more, it ain't significant. So stagnant pay. You've been at that pay rate since you've been there, and it's very hard to move. You've been there 5 years. You gained $1.50, whatever, right? $2. Stagnant pay means that you're probably at a dead-end job. All right, here's another one. This is going to hit home for a lot of you. Probably should save it for last, but I'll just say it now. Lack of enthusiasm. You just don't feel it anymore. There's no excitement. There's no, if you're late to work, you're late. You're not rushing through traffic. You're nonchalant. That's your approach. That's your mindset. Like, oh, well, if I get there on time, I get there on time. If I don't, I don't. If they fire me, I don't care. Like that, you start Googling your state's unemployment payouts. That's not even on my list, but that's a good indicator when you're at a dead-end job. You're like, how much does the state pay on unemployment? Because I'm willing to take a pay cut and take some unemployment to bounce out of this booger, to get up out of this job, right? To get up out of this dead-end job, right? So you want to get up out of there. Smash the thumbs up if you've ever thought about leaving your job. Ever thought about whether it's quitting, whether it's getting yourself fired, just, hey, what do I got to do to get that unemployment? Oh, they have to fire me? Okay. Well, I'm stand by. I got something I got to say to everybody in the office is probably going to get me fired, right? So I'm not doing the work. Fire me. But if you ever thought like that, then yes, you're at a dead-end job. How many is that? That's 3? All right. Smash the thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. Welcome to the channel. The channel's growing, by the way. We're almost at 3,000 people. I appreciate everybody. By the way, in the masterclass, I'm up to 200 and something students, which is a lot more than I thought I would ever get a year ago. And so because I do a lot of one-on-ones, I'm going to have to stop taking students soon and then just do like a wait list. So if you want to wait, that's fine. If you want to get in that class and start making money from your phone ASAP, because I try to build your business, get it going in about 90 days. A lot of students take off way before that, but I just try to understand everybody's schedule and be patient. And I got some cool student interviews that's coming up too. Y'all are going to love this. It's going to be awesome. So stagnant pay, lack of enthusiasm. You're just not excited about it anymore. And a big part of that is you're not fulfilled. I could have named this lack of fulfillment, but you're just not fulfilled anymore. Like there's nothing that can happen at that job that'll make you want to stay. It's just, there's no fulfillment. You feel like you're just going through life doing this. Like you're just going through the motions. Like this is not the lane I'm supposed to be in, because a lot of you, I'm going to get spiritual real quick. A lot of you, and I've told this to my friend Jason. I know I talk about him a lot. Good dude. I got to bring him on. But I told this to him one time because I don't think he would mind me sharing this. And he was talking about, things that are happening on his job and how people are getting let go. And I was like, all right, these are clear indicators that doesn't mean everybody's going to get let go, but they're looking to cut people, right? And I was like, what I would do is I would be very progressive. I would jump out and learn, jump out and get ahead of the curve and try to find something else to put myself in the best position possible. And he was, and a lot of people go through it, and they, people are like, I go to this job, I do the work, I hit the clock, I take my lunch, I go home. I'm a good boy and girl, I do what I'm supposed to do, but I don't feel anything anymore. I used to feel like, there was some energy, there was some enthusiasm, I enjoyed going to work, and all of a sudden I burned out, right? A lot of times we refer to it as burnout, but I'm willing to bet that it's not just burnout. What it is you're not walking in your purpose. You're not being fulfilled. Sure, God may have opened the door to give you that job, but you've been there too long. If the job was only seasonal, everything is seasonal, but you're trying to make it into a year-long season, a season that doesn't end. And sometimes God has to come and push you a little bit to get you walking again. Hey, you're too comfortable. You got to get up. That I called you here for a season. That season is long gone. You should have been gone. When the desire came over you to leave, I gave you that desire to get out of there, but you've been there too long. Now you're seeing all these signs, and now you're stressed out. And I never called for you to even be here through this. So you're not walking in purpose. You're not walking in fulfillment. So I kind of got to nudge you to get you moving in the right direction, because you've been here too long. You needed a job. I blessed you with a job, but this ain't where I called you to be. I called you to be somewhere else. This is just preparation to get you there. But I told you to set up camp here and then get moving. You built a house. So, all right, I'm gonna stop preaching. I got amen in the back. I appreciate that. So, all right, let's do the last two, and then I'll get off of here, and you guys can take this information and process it. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments if you're seeing stuff at your job that's probably like warning signs. And if you guys want me to look at other people's videos and give a review, I know some of you guys have, some students also been sending me stuff. You're welcome to do that. I'll take a look at it if I can. So number 4, you feel undervalued. This is a big one, because a lot of people on their jobs just feel like they're either they're very capable of doing so much more, but nobody wants to give them that opportunity, which goes back to my first one, no real opportunity. Or you feel like, hey, I'm in here killing it and nobody recognizes it. There are people just taking the credit, and I'm not a credit hog. I just would like to be recognized every now and then. At least say, hey, we see what you're doing over there. Like, hey, at least, hey, here's a $10 Starbucks card because you're working so hard, you're killing it, you're keeping the business afloat. Hey, I'd appreciate that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm human. I don't mind a pat on the back every once in a while. I'm okay with that. Like you don't have to throw a parade, but you can just tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, you're killing it. And we see it, appreciate it. But even with that, because there's no real opportunities, that probably won't get you anywhere anyway. All right. So I digress. So, all right. So, but feeling undervalued, you're working your butt off. You feel like there's no recognition. You feel like, and again, there's nothing wrong with recognition. You feel like we're all human. Come on, let's not act like we are. Right? We have people who fly all around the world just to stand up and wave. The executive engineer on this project, we're giving this award to Mr. Stanley Johnson. And this way in Japan. Stanley Johnson flew from Texas to Japan to stand up. And sit down. To get acknowledged for 5-10 seconds. And then fly back home. So there's nothing wrong with pats on the back. We like it. We don't live for it. But There's nothing wrong with it. So do it to your kids, do it to your family, do it to those you support. If you succeed, when my students succeed, I love on them. I love on them. Come on now. I pat them on the back. They can tell you. I know they're probably watching this video. They know I'm like, hey, you killing it. I can't wait to talk to you. I'm excited. Let's jump on the training call. By the way, for all the students, well, I'll just tell y'all later. So feel undervalued. And the last one I'm going to do, again, I can do 20, 25. But I'm just going to stop here. If any of this is resonating with you, let me know in the comments or just smash the thumbs up. That's the only way I know that this helped you. So the last warning that you're at a dead end job is going to be outside promotions, outside hirings. What does that mean? That means when there's a management position that needs to be filled, they're going to hire somebody who does not work there. The only reason they do that, because they don't like the pool of people they have. They feel like they're not qualified. When you start seeing companies bring people in from outside, that's a clear indicator that they believe and understand that there's no one within the company's walls that can help that company to grow or advance. Not you, not me, not any of us here. When you see that happen, hey, we need a new team lead. Ooh, I should get this. Look, I've been on this team 5 years. I know everything. Doesn't matter. They don't care. They've already been evaluating you for 5 years. The fact that you're still on the team and not a team lead after 5 years, that's probably your answer. So here comes somebody else from another company. Wait. I'm here. I know everything. This person can't possibly know what I know. No, they don't. And they're going to train them to know what you know. But there are some things about them that you don't have. They might have leadership qualities, right? They might have an idea that could grow the company 10x revenue, right? They might show up on time every time and you don't. They might have a great attitude and you don't always have that. Right? So I'm just saying, it's crazy how these things work. So people are always talking about, like, I got to get a raise, but they're saying there's no money. There's always money. Or there wouldn't be a business. There's always money. Or there wouldn't be a business. Business don't run on revenue. Well, I guess it does. I'll take that back. It does run on revenue. But it does not, a business cannot exist without like profit. A business can operate in the negative for a little while. But if it wants to stay alive, it's going to need blood flow. And that blood flow is cash flow, i.e. profit. The business is going to need profit. You hear about businesses all the time that's filing for bankruptcy. What's the company out there right now just filed for bankruptcy? 23andMe, which I've never done, never really thought about doing because I know I'm mixed with a bunch of stuff, right? I know my mom's black. I know my dad ain't. So I never met my dad. I don't have a relationship with him. And my mom's not sure of who my dad is. My mom was very young. But I know that my dad ain't black, right? My dad's probably, this is just me guessing, Hispanic or Indian. It's just me guessing, right? And I was thinking about that one day because my kids, I have beautiful mixed looking kids. And I was like, all right, maybe I'll look that up one day to see. And I still might do it to see, what we're mixed with. But the reason I didn't, I was feeling like I was going to get 30 things anyway. Like, you can't narrow my dad down. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know in the comments. Maybe they can narrow it down. But, I've never known my whole life. So it is what it is. But that company just recently, 23andMe, just recently filed for bankruptcy. Okay. And doesn't mean that the company's folding. There's some rumors about the owner dipping out so she can come back in a different position. This is so sad. This should be illegal. A couple of things should be illegal. This ain't even got nothing to do with the topic. This is just a rant. This is a bunny rant. I'm going to chase a bunny and here it is. Should be illegal for companies to buy their own stock, drive their prices up, and then sell it to you. Well, I'm not buying it. You have a 401k? Exactly. Yes, you are. You don't even know what you're buying. but run the value of my company up, buying my own stock with debt from the bank, not even real money, and then selling that fraudulent stock price to you. To me, that's, come on, man. That should be illegal. Secondly, you should not be able to create a company, exit a company, let the company fail, and then buy the company on the cheap again. To me, it's like I intentionally walked away from my company to let it fail, and then I'll come back and now if you buy me out, sure, that's something. But if I just exit on my own and then watch you blow it, and then I could come back and buy it, I don't know how I feel about that. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. That's all I got for you today. I hope this video helps you in some way. Get into the training. It's coming up Thursday night, 7 p.m. Click the link in the video description below. Click the link to get in the masterclass in the first comment below, or put the word middleman in the comments. Move quickly, running out of time, running out of space. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Smash thumbs up, hit subscribe. Welcome to the channel. And listen, once again, I'll leave you with this. These jobs are not safe. Don't trust them. You could be employed today, unemployed tomorrow, and lose everything. Please, 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 because you can lose everything within 30 days. Please, please, please find a way to make money when you're not at work. That's the only thing that's going to protect you. Don't trust these jobs. Don't trust these paychecks. See you on the next video.